Hello and welcome to the.
Casino Insiders,
This is your host Ace and
Deacon Kane. Alrighty, folks, welcome to the Casino Insiders. Unfortunately, today Ace could not make it, so it's just me, Deacon. And I'm a big fan of the madness that we know as March Madness NCAA tournament. And let me tell you, it has been absolutely freaking nuts and phenomenal. I love it. Um, Couple of things I want you guys to know. The perfect bracket, right? Well, at the end of Thursday, there was only .003 left in the whole tournament, and that was as of Thursday. By Friday, it was good. So there are absolutely no perfect brackets. But just so you guys know this, to get a perfect bracket, they're saying it is 1 in 9.2 zillion. I think that's it. 9.2 zillion to get a perfect bracket. Think about that for a second. 9.2 zillion to 1 to get a perfect bracket. That's insane. So whoever gets that, boy, let me tell you, you are one lucky person if that ever does happen. According to some of the odds makers and some of the reporters and some of the, other folks out there, they're saying that there will be over 14 billion, yes, $14 billion spent on March Madness this year. So I'm kind of looking to see what the actual final number is going to be. Now, for all of you, you gotta stay tuned because I'm going to give you my upsets. And you guys are going to kind of be a little surprised. Maybe, maybe not, but I think they're pretty good ones. We've called a few of them. We were 4 and 6 in the second round, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not going to argue with that. Anyway, here we go. So these are the the teams that were knocked out on Thursday. A number 2 seed, a number 4 seed. We will not say their names because they are done. Stick a fork in them. Friday, a number 1 seed and a number 6 seed gone. Saturday, another number 1 seed's gone, a number 7 seed's gone. Sunday, a number 2, a number 3, a number 3, and a number 4. And no, I wasn't stuttering. 2 number 3s went down on Sunday. So I gotta tell you, there were quite a few upsets. One of my favorite upsets had to be number 15, Princeton. Wow. You want to talk about unbelievable? They're going to the Sweet 16 and they play in number 6, Creighton. Now, that's a kind of an interesting matchup. That's kind of I'm not sure who, what, when, where, and how, but that game's Saturday. So I'll find out on Saturday. No, disregard. That game is Friday, not Saturday. That's my fault. I'm getting my Saturdays and Fridays mixed up. That happens sometimes. So, anyway, now back to it. I'm going to jump back to Thursday because I love these matchups. Michigan State versus Kansas State. Michigan State being number 7 seed and Kansas State being a number 3 seed. Well, they got Michigan State favored by 2, so that's kind of an interesting matchup as well. UConn versus Arkansas. Arkansas just had a huge win over a number 1 ranked Kansas, but they have UConn favored at 3.5 points. Tennessee, Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic actually beat a number 16 seed that beat a number 1 seed. That's Fairleigh Dickinson University, who was the number 16 seed, who beat Purdue. So number 9, Florida Atlantic versus number 4, Tennessee. Tennessee is obviously favored by 5.5 points. Now this matchup is going to probably be the toughest one to pick for folks. Here's why. They both like to choke in the Sweet 16. Just saying. You got Gonzaga at number 3, and you got number 2, UCLA. UCLA is favored by 2 points. So, kind of interesting to see. That's kind of a toss-up. Who knows? On Saturday, no, Friday. God, I get my Saturdays and Fridays mixed up today. So here we go. You got number 1, Alabama versus number 5, San Diego State University. San Diego State University, man, they look pretty dang good. Watched them over the first 2 rounds. I was pretty impressed with them. Alabama is favored by 7.5 points. Kind of a big spread in my opinion, but Alabama is legit, so we'll see what happens there. Then you got number 1 Houston versus number 5 Miami. Miami coming out of the ACC. I'm pleasantly surprised with how they are playing and pretty pumped for Miami to see them go a little bit further personally, but that's just me. Number 15, like we said, number 15 Princeton and versus number 6 Creighton. Number 6 Creighton is a 10-point favorite. Then you got another great matchup. A number 2 versus number 3. You've got number 3 Xavier versus number 2 Texas. Even though Texas is favored by 2, Xavier out of Philly is pretty ridiculous, and they're playing some great ball at this time. It's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens there. So you got twos versus threes, and those could be the best matchups of the Sweet 16 games. Just saying that. Now, as I promised, I'm going to give you my upsets. Are you ready? Here we go. On Thursday, I'm picking one game, and I'm picking Arkansas plus 3.5 over UConn. Yep, exactly. I know a lot of people don't think that's a good pick, but I like it. I think that's a great matchup with Arkansas coming off the high over Kansas. Now, I'm picking 3 upsets on Saturday, so let's see what happens here. I am taking San Diego State over number 1 Alabama. I'm taking the 7.5 points too. So let's see what happens there. On one of the points, I think San Diego could keep them within 7, maybe 6 points, but they are going to have to play out of their ass because if they don't, Alabama's going to win by 25. That's just the way it is. All right. Now, here's another upset. I'm actually going to take number 5 Miami over number 1 Houston, and I'm going to take those 7 points as well. Why not? Gotta do it. Gotta take those 7 points. All right. This one could be the second biggest one of the tournament, or the biggest. I don't know, in my opinion. Has a number 15 ever gone to an Elite Eight? No, they haven't. So I think this is going to be the first time. I'm taking Princeton over Creighton, folks, and I'm taking the 10 points. I think Princeton's going to play out of their dairy air, as I like to say, and I think that if they lose, it's going to be by 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be a lot closer game than people think it's going to be. So again, just to recap real quick, I'm taking Arkansas plus 3.5. I'm taking San Diego State University plus 7.5. Miami plus 7. Princeton plus 10. So those are my picks for this week. Ace and I will be having a show coming out this week as well, more than likely on Thursday or Friday, since this is coming out a day late as well. So please check us out. subscribe, follow, share, all that kind of good stuff. We greatly appreciate all of you. Deuces.